Horsens is an ancient medieval town on the east coast of Jutland, about 50 kilometres south of Aarhus. And for 10 days, for badminton fans across the globe, this city is also the centre of attention, because Horsens is playing host to the oldest and most prestigious men's and women's team competitions within the sport. Welcome to the Forum Horsens for day 7 at the 2026 BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals. We started with 32 teams from 20 different nations. 6 days of round-robin group play have been completed, and we're now down to the quarter-final knockout stage. Today is the Uber Cup quarter-finals with Thomas Cup quarter-finals tomorrow, before semi-finals on Saturday and both finals on Sunday. So here on court 1 this morning, the defending champions China beat Malaysia 3-love. This evening, it's Denmark against Indonesia. Denmark have contested 3 Uber Cup finals, but the last was 26 years ago. They have 3 singles players who have all medalled at European Championships, but they lack any really established doubles pairs. Indonesia has won the Uber Cup 3 times previously, but the last was 30 years ago. However, they reached the final in the last edition in Chengdu 2 years ago. They have a young team of singles players led by World Championship bronze medalist Putri Kusuma Wardani, and they also have some very experienced doubles players, including the 2023 World Championship silver medalist Siti Fadia Silva Ramadanti. Well, the Indonesian team seem to be in fine spirits. And this is the lineup for today's quarter-final. There are 1 or 2 surprises, but we start with women's singles. And the former European Championship silver medalist, Christoffersen, against the World Championship bronze medalist, Wardani. And then it's the second women's singles, and Lina Kjærsfeldt, the 2025 European champion, up against Pratiwi, who's looking for her first win in this campaign. Then it's a scratch pair for Denmark in the women's doubles, Hus and Verga, up against Kusuma and Puspita Sari, who are currently ranked 17 in the world. Then we're scheduled to have the third women's singles, the tall left-hander Amalie Schultz for Denmark, up against the 2023 Southeast Asian Games bronze medalist Esther Wodoyo. And then, should we get that far, it is the second women's doubles, and again a scratch pair for Denmark. Boya, with the player who's played the first match in the women's singles, Christoffersen. They're up against Rose and Setien Ingram for Indonesia. Well, this is the draw from quarter-final stage, and you can see that the 2 quarter-finals in the top half of the draw were played this morning. As I was telling you, China beat Malaysia 3-love. And Japan, the 6-time former champions, came through against Thailand 3-1. So both the quarterfinals in the bottom half of the draw are being played on the 2 courts here this evening. The first of our matches, though, in our quarterfinal, Denmark against Indonesia, is Lina Christoffersen up against Putri Kusuma Wardani. Well, here comes the Dane, waving to the fans, and Lina Christoffersen has played first women's singles in all 3 matches within the group stage. Denmark incidentally qualified for the quarter-final knockout stage by becoming second in Group A. And Indonesia, represented by last year's World Championship bronze medalist Putri Kusuma Wardani. She's only 23 years of age. And she, like her opponent, has played in all 3 group matches at first women's singles. Well, this first match between these 2 players, they've met each other once previously, and that was in the final of the 2021 Spain Masters 300 World Tour event. And as you briefly saw, it was 2 straight games.
Right side, you serve, you receive.
So Wardani chooses ends. I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that sitting alongside me is 2-time European Games gold medalist, Selena Peak. And Selena, the first thing I want to ask you is there's some absentees from the lineup today. No Mia Blickfeld and no World Championship silver medalist from 3 years ago, Ramadhanti.
It's a huge surprise, isn't it? We're up for a great try, and I would say Indonesia is under a lot of pressure, especially after the men's suddenly dropped out.
So Lena Christoffersen is 26, and she's a tall lady. That equates to 5'9.5". This is her 5th Uber Cup campaign, and this is her 5th quarter-final. How wonderful it would be for the home fans if Denmark could secure a medal. We're looking at her matches on Friday, as she lost against Pusala Venkata Sindhu in 3 games. And then on Saturday, as she lost to Wang Xiyi. She is the world number 2. But perhaps what was a bit of a surprise was her losing to Polina Borova of Ukraine in 3 games. She'd incidentally been a game and 11-6 up. So to the World Championship bronze medalist, Putra Kusuma Wardani, 23 years of age and playing off her career high of 6 on the world ranking. In fact, it's her 18th week in total, her 2nd spell at her career high. Now, looking at her matches on Saturday, she lost to Michelle Lee in 3 games. Since then, she's beaten Tiffany Ho. And on Tuesday, against Chinese Taipei, she beat Chupin Chan in 2 straight games. So, I'm not sure, Selena, how much we can read into that one previous meeting between these 2 players. It was in a final, it was on neutral ground. Listen to the fans. The home side has obviously got huge support, and they're hoping that's going to make the difference to Christoffersen.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, like I said before, I think the job of TV Wardani is under a lot of pressure at the moment, but Christoffersen is looking to gain some momentum back after her group stage matches.
Yeah, of course, if you've won a World Championship bronze medal last year, of course you're expected to win, aren't you? So that's the pressure that you're talking about. They're the Indonesian coaching bench. And this is a huge occasion. You were mentioning, actually, just now, that with the Indonesian men failing for the first time ever to progress to the knockout stage. In fact, it's the first time ever, or only the 2nd time, they haven't reached a semi-final. So for Indonesia to be out, now the pressure on the Indonesian women's team.
Indonesia, represented by Putri Kusuma Wardani. And on my left, Denmark, represented by Line Christoffersen. Denmark to serve. Love all. Play.
So quarter-final knockout stage. No more second chances. You lose a tie and you are out.
One love.
And of course, at the knockout stage, if the tie is won, so once one team has won 3 matches, any remaining matches are not contested. Ooh, hesitation. That's a sign of nerves. Now, Selena, you were telling me that earlier in the week you've called 2 of Indonesia's Uber Cup matches and 1 of Denmark's. So for people who are not familiar with Putri Kusuma Wardani, how would you describe her style of play?
Like a very attacking player, and we know Indonesian badminton players have such fine skills. I really especially like her footwork and her ability to stay calm, which is quite impressive for only being 20 years of age.
23
years of age. And she has some great skills like this.
But do you not think that's a trait of Indonesian players in general? They all seem to have this wonderful, easy, relaxed hitting style, and that in itself tends to generate deception.
100%. It's almost like they've been born with a racket in their hand,
yes.
we always say. And I have to say, coming from a European country and myself a little bit have a weird grip, I really envy her playing style.
So, okay, we can expect some attacks and some deception from Wardani. What about Kristoffersen?
Almost a little bit the same. Kristoffersen, very attacking player. I hardly see her playing any high lifts. Really likes to gain initiative right from the start of the rally. And the only thing with Kristoffersen is, we've also seen it in the matches before, she tends to be a little bit nervous, a little bit up and down. So I really look forward to see her gaining some of the confidence back and reduce those easy mistakes.
Do you know, it's interesting you should say that. Gosh, they're making some noise, aren't they? I can hardly hear you speak.
And I had this for 6 hours already, twice.
I think that Kristoffersen's match against Ukraine on Monday, when she lost to Polina Borova, when she was a game and 11-6 up at the mid-game interval. And to lose from that advantage, and it bothers me, or it worries me, that psychologically that may have affected her for today's quarterfinal.
In a way, it could affect her self-confidence, obviously, but then again, there she was the favorite, and today she's not the favorite.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. You're absolutely right on that. Oh, that's a delightful shot. Now, we are pretty certain, Steen and I, that the drift now is going towards the far end of the court. Would you agree with that on court number 1?
I agree, but I also have seen some matches where it tend to be the complete opposite.
Do you know, on the first day, it was flying so fast coming towards the near side of the court as we're all looking down at the moment. That's a super shot.
Yeah, it's some great interception, some great awareness as well from Wardani. And that's what she's so good at, in reading the game, to intercept those easy shots from your opponents.
Well, this is a very good run. It's 5 straight points. Yeah, nice. It looked to me as if Kristoffersen, I don't know whether it's nerves, but you watch when Wardani is about to smash. She's rooted to the spot. She doesn't know which way to go. Oh, we can't see her. That's a pity.
Yeah, but I hear what you're saying. It looks like she's not reacting at all. She has no clue where Wardani's hitting her shots, and that's a concern.
Service over. 6-8.
Well, the run comes to an end and is halted at 6 straight points. For Danish fans, they will
9,
hate me
6.
bringing this up. But Kristoffersen, if you remember at the European Championships just recently, was 14-6 up in the deciding game against Kirsty Gilmore. And Kirsty Gilmore, that was in the quarterfinal stage, Kirsty Gilmore went on to take the gold medal. So that's a couple of times that I've seen recently that Kristoffersen has been in winning positions, but not been able to close it out. What is that? Does it get into a player's head?
Probably, especially when it happens quite a few times before as well. You keep thinking of those matches like, oh, I'm so close, but I'm still not there yet. And that's some really mental pressure. And to be honest, she really needs to work on that because she's a really good badminton player to watch. But you need to be able to fix that mental capacity.
But do players seriously have flashbacks to that? I mean, all the sports psychologists will say to you, oh, even in a match, forget the opening game. It starts now, you know. But you can't banish it from your mind. You know, you wouldn't be human if you can do that. Wow! What a super shot!
11-7.
And it is Wadani for Indonesia that goes to the mid-game interval with the advantage. A 4-point advantage. That's a beauty.
Så skal du i gang med, skal du komme ind og ikke ligge rigtig på hende, ikke? Det er rigtig fint med clearerne der, men du skal også nogle gange lige komme hårdt og følge med. Prøv at vigtigst af alt, når hun får spillet det her mellembane til dig, så pas på, at du ikke bare kommer til at spille tilbage eller vil finde et hurtigt løft. Der skal du centrere hende, så hun ikke får vinklerne, som jeg snakker om. Eller også så skal du spille den helt ned over hende.
Board 1, 20 seconds.
Og så husk, når du spiller den helt ned over, så er det kun den lige clear, der er farligt. Så du er klar nedad.
And Yang in attendance as well for the Indonesian.
11-7. Play.
Well, I don't think we've got much chance of hearing too much of the coaching. There's so much support. In fact, the teams are just in front of our commentary position.
12-7.
10 of the last 12 points to Wadani.
That's not looking good, right? And it's actually what we've been talking about. It worries us a lot. There's so many enforced errors in her game. And she needs to get rid of those if she wants to have a chance of taking this.
But it's difficult, isn't it? Because both you and I have been players, you know, and the last thing you want a coach to be saying is you're making too many errors, because then you immediately think of errors. It's like saying, you know, think of any animal, but don't think of an elephant. What do you think of? An elephant. You know, so the coach has got to give positive things to the player. But confidence is not something that you can just go and buy. It's earned. And if she's lacking confidence, the only way to get it back is by grinding out these matches.
Exactly. The only way to get confidence is by winning matches. And it's so tough to do if you're not confident.
Yeah.
Service over.
And especially if you're playing against a very high-ranked player.
Yeah. And Kristoffersen, as we saw, is ranked 20 in the world. Wadani, 6. And to be honest, that is being reflected at the moment. But things can change. Crikey, we had a match last night where,
14.
or maybe it was the night before, but there was a gulf of difference in the rankings between the two players. It was last night because it was deep left home against a top 20 player from Chinese Taipei.
I've seen it actually quite a few times already this week. And it makes this format so special and so enjoyable to watch, actually.
Yeah.
There is possibility.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that is an obvious sign of the nerves.
It's such a shame because she's doing everything right. She's hunting the net. She's going for the kill because the quality of the shot of Wadani was not good enough. Look at it. But she just completely missed it.
Completely mistimed. Well, we've all done it. Selena's nodding.
I prefer to nod instead of speaking at the moment.
Nice. Well, she is human.
10-15.
This is helping because your opponent is able to make mistakes as well. Sometimes it's all about in those matches where you're not feeling really confident. Try to hit as many shots back to your opponent. Make sure they are making error instead when you are making error.
Very nice to see the Thomas Cup team from Denmark right behind the court supporting.
Service over. 16-10.
Down the forehand, then the attack down the backhand, making Kristoffersen twist and turn. You know, I wonder, Selena,
17.
should Kristoffersen be trying to use the back of the court a bit more? Or do you think she's so afraid of hitting long because she's hitting with the drift?
It looks like it, but it's also her playing style to be really attacking. And you know, it's pretty tough to control the back end of the court if you're only playing the flat clears. So maybe she needs to step out of her normal rhythm a little bit and playing the higher ones. Because you can always see Bardani's hitting them out as well.
Yeah.
You really need to give those clears some height. And also allow you some time to be ready for the next shot.
But if you hit a high clear, then it's more defensive and your opponent's got time. Oh dear, that's not helping her cause. Service error from Kristoffersen. 3 points from this opening game for Wardani. Oh, that's a good shot. Brilliant.
Absolutely at a way higher pace at the moment. And I really like the deception from the front end of the court. Kristoffersen on her way to the net.
But that's why I wondered whether Kristoffersen should be trying to force the Indonesian to the back of the court more, because Wardani is so deceptive from the front. Yeah, this is better.
Exactly.
That wasn't deep enough. It's too short with the lift.
It was a flat lift again, what we're talking about. Just showing her playing style. But it's just not good enough against a player like Wardani.
So game point opportunities for Indonesia. And Putri Kusuma Wardani. Missed it.
Service over. 12-20.
Longest rally so far, 12 shots. That's incredible. So, on her second game point opportunity, Putri Kusuma Wardani converts. 21-12 opening game. Opening game lasting only 14 minutes.
Ja, hvad siger du, hvad er svært at komme under? Ja, hun har ikke lyst til, at du skal komme ned og få rigtig god tid. Du skal stadig bruge din clear, du skal stadig ligge og skære, men du skal tænke meget mere i at skære for at komme frem, ikke også? Og når hun så spiller dig ind i den der mellembane, der er du nødt til at acceptere, at der er ikke noget. Ja, du er nødt til at spille den tilbage, eller spille den hen over hende, og spille den ordentligt hen over hende, ikke? For hun er for god lige i den der omstilling der.
Ja, og hvis det så bliver fladt, så springer hun bare i den.
Ja.
Ja.
Ikke? Så den situation er vigtig. Så centrerer hende, når det er, så du ikke giver hende de der vinkler.
Ja.
Når du kommer ind i det der, ikke? Når du er ovenpå, fint nok,
ja.
så må du godt. Men så skal du også blive der.
Ja.
Men du er nødt til at få...
Lave de der løft ned over hende.
Ja, det er du nødt til at få med.
Ja.
Specielt, når hun får spillet dig lidt ind i mellembanen.
Ja.
Ikke? Der er ikke plads til at ligge og spille forbi hende der. Kommer vi helt frem? Jo. Så kan du også spille det lidt hurtigt, men det er helt nok. Lige, og kan jeg lige finde sådan en hurtig løft, så skal du træde virkelig ind og lave noget på den.
20 seconds.
Husk nu, her giver dig god tid. Ikke også? Det der med, når hun presser dig ned i forhånden der. Tag det nu roligt. Ikke? Hun laver det der løft eller drejer dig. Varier det, hold det, kom ind.
So Lena Kersfeldt on the warm-up courts, preparing for the second match.
Second game. Level. Play.
So Indonesia, 1 game to the goods in this first women's singles. And Selena, I know you understand a little bit of Danish because you've played for so many years in the Danish league. Did you catch anything of what was said there?
A little smoother, they will say in Danish. I think he was talking about that she needs to play with a bit more height in her game.
Which is what you suggested. Yeah, like that, get it over her head.
Exactly like this.
That's gone long. It's interesting, we've just seen a shot of Lena Kersfeldt, well, warming up on the practice courts. And the doubles selection for Denmark, the second women's doubles, is a surprise because the lady that's on court at the moment is also down to play doubles. And that's very rare. I know that the Popov brothers for France play singles and doubles, but it is rare at this level. And I wonder whether her selection in the doubles was to force the first 2 singles to be played first.
Could have been indeed very wise to think like that. I'm not too sure though. Because Lena Kostov is actually an excellent doubles player. She used to play a lot of doubles in the past. And they have been very unfortunate with the injury, of course, of Christine Busch. So they need to come up with something different.
Well, I have to say, I thought Boya playing with Pilgul, I thought they played exceptionally well.
Service over.
This will definitely help raising her confidence a little bit with the help of the net court.
Yeah, that's a little bit lucky. If players are right up at the net playing the net shot, they practice to be able to hit the net cords, but not from that far back. Oh dear, backing off from the net. Isn't that super from Wardani though, isn't it?
It's a beautiful shot. Again, we're speaking about the deception, holding it a little bit.
She seemed to sort of chop underneath the shot.
Exactly, holds her racket a little bit back, like she's going to play the lift, invite her opponent to go backwards, and then plays with soft touch.
What was the problem there, do you think?
Probably lack of confidence, because she seemed not to be in a whole lot of trouble there. It wasn't a very fast shot.
I think she's a little bit late, so she's taking it a little bit behind her.
You could see she has adjusted the footwork, but then still, the singles, you're adjusting your footwork all the time. So they just play a safe stroke.
Yeah. Definitely use the back of the court more today. I'm convinced of it. Because in that rally, did you see Wardani? She was half court or forward. She was never played to the back of the court. So she's doing very little movements.
It's also what we're seeing. I feel like Christoffersen is being hunted down the entire game. But it could also be, again, with a lack of confidence. If you don't have the feeling in your racket, again, this is way too flat. This is better.
Yeah, now she's moving the Indonesian. That's a super shot. Super shot. That's exactly what I've been alluding to.
Maybe you should be behind her on the court there.
Oh, goodness me, I'm not a coach.
But you were exactly right. And she did it. It's like she listened to you.
Yeah. That's a beauty. Punching through. You see, she hit that with more purpose.
Yeah, it could also be nice because the shuttle landed well in. So she has some confidence now to actually play the backcourt.
6-4.
I believe that this campaign is only the second Uber Cup that Wardani has played in. She actually played in Aarhus in 2021. So she was just a youngster then. We were coming out of the COVID lockdown. And so the 2020 Uber Cup was postponed until 2021. This is a good
nice.
Run. That's a super shot. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
She has been so effective from the forehand corner from the net. At the previous rally, she just held it a little bit. And this time she chose to play it over Line Christoffersen. And this is so smart to do. Making sure you use the variation, changing up. Because Line here was waiting for the net.
Thank you.
Lovely play by Wardani.
Rally length is going up. That's a good shot. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Do you know, I wonder as well, do you know whether Wardani has had injury problems, or was it just that she joined the police force and having qualified as a national police officer, whether the badminton took a back seat for a while? Because it seems strange that she's only played in one Uber Cup campaign.
That is actually weird. I'm not too sure why was that, but also she has been really rose to the level she's at now in the past couple of years. I think, I don't know, who's the one who's injured right now? Tungjun.
She's not injured.
Oh, she has health issues, right?
She has health issues.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, a poor woman has vestibular episodes, which means that it's, some people call it vertigo. She has real problems with violent, dizzy spells and feeling nauseous. And anyway, we wish her well. I miss seeing Tungjun on the world stage. That's a beauty.
So she really has been playing well so far this entire match.
8 of the last 9 points.
And again, a very flat lift from Line Christoffersen. Makes it so easy to attack on for Wardani.
Yeah. There you are. I know what I should have done, coach. You don't need to tell me. I'll just show you what I should have done.
Practice the movement once again.
Yeah, and she's right. She didn't come over the top of the shuttle enough. That's a nice clear. Oh, that's lovely. Good length. Oh, what a pity. What a pity. because she'd got Wadani out of position. And she was taking it early enough, Christoffersen,
Eller hvor er du?
and just made the error. Perhaps shouldn't be thinking of playing the next shot as a winner. Should perhaps be thinking of it as a building shot.
Det er det nødt til.
But Wadani now in a very strong position again,
I det tempo.
and 11-5
Og det der med, når
out
hun
in
vinkler der,
seconds.
så kan vi ikke bare spille lige blødt tilbage, vel? For så bliver vi pisket rundt. Så er du nødt til at træde ind i den. Du må spille den hurtigt ind over eller dreje hende. Når du er nede, husk nu maskeringer. Kommer du under, stadig maskeringer, og så arbejde. Ikke? Og så husk, du står klar i den forhånd der, når du slår hårdt.
Pretty weak on the warm-up courts. I'm looking forward to that. I know you've watched her play. I haven't seen her. I don't think I've ever watched her play. I'm thrilled to see her.
You're in for a treat. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can believe it. A game and 11-5. Wadani with the advantage. Just long. Well, she's challenging. It's our first challenge of this time. I think it's long. Hitting with the drift.
Exactly. We know how tough it is to control the lift from being on this end of the court. But then again, as a player, you also sometimes want to see where it actually lands.
Yeah, it wasn't long by much.
Challenge unsuccessful.
But a miss is as good as a mile.
Challenge remains. Service over.
So Wadani at least knows at
6,
the moment how much she needs to give it next time.
Play.
So it can also be useful from a player's perspective to challenge a call like that.
It's just wide.
Service over. 13-6.
That's a nice aggressive response from Christoffersen.
7-13.
Oh, lucky net cord. This is a good rally. That's super. That's landed in.
It's very well played.
That's what we've been urging.
13.
Exactly. This is the Lina Christoffersen we know. Also, she held her patience again. Also, she didn't panic when the shuttle got a little bit of the net court. She's also very good in using the whole court.
But that disguise punch clear when you're playing against the drift. I think she should have been using that from the start. Here we are. Longest rally. I said it was the rallies were getting longer.
This will definitely help getting her confidence back.
9-13.
It's also very hard to settle in for a player when the rallies are that short, especially in a women's singles.
We had a men's doubles match late last night, and for the opening game, the longest rally was 13 shots.
I don't want to know the length of the match when we're going to play to 15 then.
No, exactly. Now she's in command now, Kristoffersen. There's another good punch clear. Not the advantage. Oh, wow. That is sublime.
Service over.
Then that's the quality for Dani, because
14.
absolutely right. Kristoffer was dominating this rally.
But do you see these skills that the Indonesian players have, and certainly Wadani? She's in trouble, and she can play a perfect, literally perfect net shot from low down.
And that's some quality. It means that she has such a good feeling on the court, but she also dares actually to challenge back from being that low.
Oh, that's too much. That's a pity.
15.
You could also see it a little bit in her record movement. I felt she was giving it too much there. It's such a shame because she did so well in getting back a little bit into that match.
No, she's not out of it yet. Oh, that's a pity.
16. 9.
That's the thing with Kristoffer. I often felt that her appeals are actually the right ones, but execution is just not good enough.
Oh, look at that from Wadani. She's got such skills. Yeah,
Service over.
and that's a pity too.
Yeah, she did everything right in that rally, moving her opponent around the court.
16.
And again, also credit to Line Kristoffersen for staying in there. That's something which I have been talking about before. Just work and fight as hard as you can and make sure your opponent needs to eat an extra shot and another one. Oh, nice.
Oh, lovely. Just landed in. Good length on that shot.
Yeah, again, very well played again from Line
11,
Kristoffersen. And I
16.
really like that stick smash from around the head corner earlier in that rally.
And that's well in.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness, how did she get that back? Wow.
Way better play from Line
12,
Kristoffersen. Actually, is now the more aggressive player. More dominating, moving her opponent around.
You know, if we get to see it, look at Wadani's face at the end of the rally when she's missed that one. She has such a lovely smile. And she knew she'd missed a chance, but instead of getting cross, she just beamed a big smile. Just lovely.
Yeah, I can only admire that because my face was definitely not like that when I missed the shot. Oh, nice.
Oh, my goodness, that's brilliant. This is a good rally. Wow. There's the net shot off the net shot. Let's change the momentum of the rally. Now, this has got to be the longest rally so far. Yeah. Very, very good rally.
Yeah, very well played by Line once again. I really feel like she's upping her game a little bit. She found her rhythm. She's daring to play the longer rallies, finally. You can also also see by the reaction of Vardani, this rally hurt her a little bit.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, they liked it. So they should. 37 shots.
13.
And only 3 points the deficit. Seven points adrift at one stage. Do you know, obviously, Wadani was disappointed in the previous rally. It was the longest rally of the match so far. And I just love the way she reacts to losing a long rally like that. Time and time again, you see her coming out for the next rally and she'll win it.
It's almost like she totally forgets about it. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I have a new chance, a new rally begins, and that's actually the only way how you're supposed to react as a player.
Yeah, easier said than done.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Serve is over.
Yeah, she's getting a little bit edgy now.
17.
And that's what she thought of that. Nice defense. Now that's short. Lovely, lovely defensive shot. Yeah, super.
It's an amazing rally by Vardani. Did again so well to push Lina in a deep forehand corner. But I also really like the awareness and that she stays at the net here. She's not moving backwards because she knows she has her opponent totally outplayed.
And she's not trying to play too tight with the final shot because she knows Kristoffersen is out the back of the court and all she's got to do is hit it over and in.
Exactly, because she knew the previous shot was actually already the winning shot for her. But then again, you need to play it over still.
No, it's going wide.
Yeah, but it's to Lina who really stayed aggressive and actually stayed forward this time around. So she was very early to punish on a little bit of a loose shot there from Vardani.
Oh, that's just gorgeous.
Service over.
Perfection.
19.
She's got such
15.
wonderful skills. I just love watching Wadani.
His forehand
Yeah,
has been proven deadly
yeah.
in this match. But it's also the ability, but because from the same position, she's actually able to play it short as well. That's what makes it so dangerous.
Yeah, if you've got the options. Match point opportunities
Match point 15.
for Putri Kusuma Wadani and Indonesia. A big gulp of air steadies herself for her first match point. That's wide. And Putri Kusuma Wadani has got Indonesia off to the perfect start in this quarter-final tie. 21-12, 21-15 in a match lasting 40 minutes.
Match won by Indonesia. 21-12, 21-15.
So the umpire just confirming that scoreline and that big beaming smile from Wadani. Selena, that was special.
Very special. I really enjoyed that. She played amazingly. Of course, also helped by a little bit shaky. No, not a little bit. A shaky Lina Kristoffersen. But I especially liked the second part of this game.
Yeah. And it just shows what it means.
The beauty of the Uber Cup.
So confirmation of the score, 21-12, 21-15 in 40 minutes. And as I say, Indonesia are off to the perfect start. 1-love up in the tie. 2 more matches required for Indonesia. And up next, it is the second women's singles. Lina Kiersveld against the cadet Pratiwi for Indonesia. Welcome back to Horsens and the former prison. It's now a cultural centre and even a hotel. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to stay there. But this is the museum part of it, I hasten to add. So Indonesia 1-love up in the tie. Next up is the second women's singles. And it is the 2025 European champion, Lina Kiersveld, for Denmark, up against the cadet Pratiwi for Indonesia. I used to train in a prison, you know, in Wormers Scrubs.
Did you?
My physical trainer was the head of the PE department at Wormers Scrubs prison. There you go, you didn't know that, did you?
Thank you very much. I can easily
The
go to sleep tonight.
quarterfinals. And this, the bottom half of the draw. And you can see on court number 2, Korea have got off to a flyer too. And I can tell you that An-se Young has stormed through her first women's singles. So they're just about the same time as we are through these quarterfinal ties. Fascinating that 6 of the 8 quarterfinalists, the teams have contested the Uber Cup final before. Lina Kiersveld up against the cadet Dina Amati Pratiwi. Actually, I need to correct myself. We're just looking at court 2, which is about to get underway. I said that perhaps Denmark had forced this order of play because normally we would have the first women's singles, then first women's doubles, second women's singles, second women's doubles. Of course, with Kristoffersen playing twice, they've tried to give her as much rest as possible. But there's no logical reason why we didn't have the first women's doubles before the second women's singles. So obviously, both teams have agreed to this. And if the tournament referee also agrees, then that's the way it's played. This is last year's European champion. Nina Kjærsfeldt turned 32 10 days ago. And here, the 19-year-old, the cadet Prativi. She's actually the 4th ranked Indonesian player on the world ranking. Now, she has played 2 matches in the campaign so far and has lost both of them. It's the first meeting between these 2 players, not surprising,
I've got red,
given that Prativi is 69 on the world ranking.
You want that side?
So
You receive.
Nina
you serve. Thank you.
Kjærsfeldt chooses ends, and all of a sudden, all the pressure, I think, is on Denmark. Selena was saying in the opening match that all the pressure was on the Indonesian because she was expected to win. Not only are Denmark 1 match down within the tie, but of course Kjærsfeldt is ranked much higher. As you can see, she's 25 at the moment. Born not that far from here in Aarhus. 174, about 5'8½", and won the gold medal at the European Championships in this very arena. So looking at her matches, well, on Friday against India, she played against the 18-year-old Huda. Then on Saturday, lost to another teenager from China, Zhu Wenting, Jing. And then on Monday, beat Lavrova from Ukraine. So just 19, that's what I was telling you. 156 is about 5'1½". Now the net posts are 5'1", and the net in the middle should be 5 foot. So she's only half an inch taller than the net posts. There you are. That's what I was telling you. But look how well she's played. Over an hour for both of her matches against Canada. She'd actually been a game and 11-4 and 16-12 up against Rachel Chan. And then on Tuesday, lost to the left-handed Lin Xiang Ti. Saved 6 game points before we had a golden point at 29 all. It's not often that happens, is it? You know.
Ready to play?
Our court officials for this one from New Zealand and the Netherlands. An hour and 6 minutes for 2 games. That's a long old battle, isn't it?
I was commentating on that one.
Oh, you lucky thing. Because it's very, very rare. All the matches I've commentated on, I think I could probably count on one hand the number of times it's gone 30-29. Very rare.
I had one more in yesterday, I believe. So it happens. It's maybe the commentator curse for me then.
Yeah, I don't understand why we stop it at 30-29, because it's so exciting.
It is very exciting.
But anyway, we're changing the scoring anyway, so I mean that becomes academic and irrelevant. But
Linda, shuttle, Linda.
Must have been thinking we need to stop at some point.
why? Just keep going until there's a 2 clear point advantage. It happens so rarely that it's not going to throw out the scheduling or anything, is it?
No, and it actually means we're watching some exciting badminton, right?
Exactly. Every other point is a game point or a match point.
Exactly, so there's a lot of tension written in those rallies.
Exactly. Anyway, Indonesian men also
Ladies and
here
gentlemen,
supporting their team, as
On
are
my
the
right,
Danish men.
Denmark, represented by Lina Højmark-Kashfeld. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Nikadek Dinda Amatia Pati. Denmark to serve. Level. Play.
So the former European champion, Lina Kjærsfeldt, getting this second women's singles underway.
One, love.
We ought to make mention about this lady, a historic 8th Uber Cup campaign, and along with Orachino Kintanon from Thailand, the only female players to have played in 8 consecutive Uber Cups. When you look at Uber Cup and Thomas Cup,
Love.
officially Lindam was in 9, but I don't think he played in the last one. I think he was part of the team, so of course he was part of the team, but I don't think he actually played. I'll need to check that.
This is a lovely start from Lina Kjærsfeldt.
3, love.
She's really trying to get her country next to Indonesia again.
That's perfection. So I was telling everyone that I haven't seen Prativi play before. So Selena, you've commentated on her. Just tell us a little bit about her style, what her qualities are, perhaps areas that she could improve.
Yeah, I was thinking when I just saw her, like, how can such a tiny female produce such power? But she has really lovely skills as well, especially from the net. She's a great reception from her low back in the corner. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of that in this match as well. And of course, being only 19 years old, she's lacking a little bit of, not really confidence, but experience towards the longer matches. And I feel that's also exactly what Lina's advantage is in these matches.
Indonesia challengers called out.
So the first challenge of this second women's singles. She seemed pretty certain when she challenged. And that's why.
Correction in.
2020 vision.
We cannot blame the line judge, right? To get that one wrong.
Do you know, you'd never get me in an umpire's chair or in a line judge's chair. I think they do a wonderful job. I mean, of course, we get to see it all again. We have the help of technology. But to sit there and have to make a decision in that split second, I think they all do remarkably well.
I have to agree with you, especially with the speed badminton is being played at. And we have been talking about the confidence for players, but imagine confidence for a line judge if you get it wrong.
3, 4.
Well, that didn't even make the net, I don't think. I think she must have changed her mind. That's a super shot.
Really well played by Lina. It's exactly what Lina is so good at. Hunting the shuttle down, take initiative from early on in the rallies. And it's a beauty. Finished it off with the line. This is a long way to cover for Prativi.
There's the backhand low net you were talking about. Oh, out of reach that time.
6.
You know what?
3.
She reminds me, I mean, obviously I've only seen 9 points that she's played, but she reminds me of Olympic bronze medalist Grigoria Mariska-Tunjun.
Yeah, I can see why.
The long grip, the flexible wrist, the way when she's about to hit, the wrist almost seems to be floppy, but it's not. And therefore she has all these skills and she can create the deception.
Yeah, she actually made it her own. Kind of, she turned it, the weird grip into a weapon. And I've been enjoying watching her play, actually.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
That's a lovely shot. What great disguise. Do you know, something I'm noticing, Selena?
Service over.
The contrast between Kristoffersen and Kjærsfeldt in the way that Kjærsfeldt is not leaning behind to take the shuttle at the back of the court. She's getting behind it and hitting through and moving forward, all in the same motion.
Yeah, the biggest difference is I feel like we're seeing a confident player here on this end of the court and a very insecure looking Kristoffersen.
9. 4.
But I think that technically as well, there's a difference. You're probably right in that Kristoffersen was taking it late in the first match because she's lacking confidence. But, you know, we've seen a couple of winners, that round the head that we saw, cross-court angled smash, or whether you want to call it a fast drop, whatever it was. I mean, it was superb, but it was off. And that's pretty special, too, from Pratiwi.
And again, because she just had this little bit odd of a grip, kind of adds a deception to the shot, because Lina thought it was going to be cross.
Yeah, she literally she moved the wrong way.
Exactly. That was just because Prativi is so good in opening up her racket. And in the last moment, she decides where she wants to play. Oh,
Service over.
that's such a shame.
10. 5.
And it's also a shot that Prativi has been so good at. She's very able to get herself out of trouble with these creative shots. Look at that. Lina was lucky there that Lina went over because she was nowhere near to get it.
Oh, that's a wonderful lift from there. Yeah, got the net cord.
11-5.
Lina Kjærsfeldt. And Denmark go to the mid-game interval with the advantage. Oh, that's nice. Just turned that racket head at the last moment and got the lucky net cord. And Denmark, 11-5 up in this opening game.
Så det er helt vildt godt, når du er under pres, synes jeg, det der med, at du trækker dem lidt hårdt ind. Det vil variere angrebet, fordi det er svært med det, når banen bliver lidt stor der. Så det der med, at du har dem, hvor du skærer med, samtidig med, at du har de gode hårde angreb med.
Ja, jeg synes, det er svært, når hun ligger.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Ja, i de bløde.
Jeg føler
Court
godt,
1, 20
Jeg synes-
seconds.
spille ind i banen og sådan.
Ja, det er det også. Og nogle gange, så må du bare centrere den, og så smide den ned. Så smide den lige ned, så skub den lidt hårdt.
Players on court.
Man arbejder lige.
11-5. Play.
So 11-5, the advantage to Denmark and Lina Kjærsfeldt. That's a lovely drop.
Service over. 6,
Again, interception from Pativi.
She's won one international title, has Pratiwi. That was the Indonesia Masters Super 100 event on the World Tour.
Service over.
Won it back in 2024, so she was aged 18, 4 months and 22 days.
It's very impressive to win the Super 100 already.
Yeah.
In Asia.
Yeah.
Service over.
Especially nowadays, because I remember when I started to play, I could already enter challenge tournaments, being low ranked. But I feel like the challenge tournaments has become way, way stronger nowadays. Also, so many Asian players able to travel to Europe and play them.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
12.
That was the deception I was talking about. Such a lovely shot.
And she takes it so low. That's extraordinary.
That's exactly what it adds the deception to.
Nice. Very nice. Incidentally, Lena Kersfeldt has been in 6 World Tour tournament finals, plus one at 100 level, and she's never won one of them.
It's not a nice record to have, isn't it? I do have one Super 1000 or Super 750 final, and I lost it as well after wasting 4 match points.
I seem to recall that.
Oh,
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I'm okay. I took a lot of mental lessons from it.
9-13.
Nice. Super. She threaded that down the line.
Yeah, she has been super effective from that forehand corner so far.
But that's what I had particularly noticed. Look how she's moving forward. As she's landing, she's hitting into the shuttle and moving forward. When we watched Kristoffersen, she was leaning back and then having to stop and then move forward.
Yeah, and I said it was due to the confidence. Lena is moving like a player with confidence. She knows what she wants to do. She has a game plan. She's also knowing that she's able to do it like that. And I felt like that's what Kristoffersen was missing a little bit. She's just playing, not thinking about the next shot. Where it is actually that I want to place the shot. And that's what Lena doing so well at the moment. And especially if you're firing away shots that close to the line, you also know that it's really tough for an opponent to play the cross defense. So you can almost walk straight directly to the net and close down in on your opponent.
Yeah. That's gone long of the back line.
16-10.
2 mistakes from Pativi. This is the area I think she still can develop in the upcoming years.
I think there's an awful lot she could develop. I mean, for goodness sake, she's only 19. Precocious talent. I mean, this is, you know, once her legs get a bit stronger, when she gets more experience. But all the talent is there.
She has it all.
She has the talent, she has the skills. Yes, she's got to refine them. She's got to know when to use them. But, I mean, I think Indonesia should be very excited about this young lady.
Service over. 11-17.
also why I thought it was tough to define a playing style for her yet, because I feel like she's a very good all-round player. And with some superb skills, especially from the low and on the net.
Oh, that's quick forward. Well reached. Yeah, brilliant. That is a very, very
Service
well-constructed rally from
18,
Kjærsfeldt.
11.
She's just really playing well so far. Really aggressive. I really like how she moves forward here again.
What a super smash.
What a nice body smash.
12,
And it's actually some
18.
mature play from Pativi here. And changing the smash towards the body of someone. Because this will be in Lina's head the next time she needs to defend. Like, oh, also can be coming to my body instead of hitting the lines. And it's exactly what you want your opponent to be. Guess where the next shot is coming.
Service over. 19, 12.
That's loose.
Service over.
And it's maybe also an area Pativi could improve hitting the shots from your opponent a little bit better in hunting the shot down. Because Lina was in trouble here. It would be nice if she could stay a bit closer to the net. Like Lina's doing now.
The return of serves
Service
from
over.
from
20.
Kjærsfeldt
Game point.
have
30.
been very deceptive and very positive. And that's why she's on the verge of this opening game. 20, game point 13.
Service over. 14, 20.
Still another 6 opportunities for the day.
And it's a shame for Lina because I have the feeling she's doing everything well in those rallies. Really hunting Tavi down, moving her quick around the court. That's a little bit of a gift.
Beautiful. Finds the line.
Game.
And on her third game point
First game won
opportunity,
by Denmark. 21,
Lina
15.
Kjærsfeldt takes the opening game, 21-15.
Tænker du, der er det her?
Bit of slice on it, creating the disguise.
Ja.
An opening game in 18 minutes.
Det er okay at spille med.
Ja, det er rigtig fint.
Det må bare ikke blive, at du gør lidt langsomt, så stadig holde bevægelsen ind i boldene.
Ja, specielt,
Det er svært at få noget, som for meget tid til at lave en slag hele tiden.
spil omkring forbanen, ikke?
Ja.
Det der med hele tiden træde frem. Så du bare lige møder de der bløde bolde. Det er bare lige det der sekund tidligere, eller halv sekund tidligere, ikke? Og så er det fint at lægge og trykke den ned i forhånden et par gange, hvis det er, du synes, hun kommer meget hurtigt på
Bare
forbanen.
være klar fremad.
Ja,
Du må ikke trække tilbage.
præcis. Det er enig. Bliv med at variere det der angreb. Ja, sidder rigtig godt på hende. Og så er det det her.
Jadi orang ini kan langsung ngangkat depan gitu. Ya, nggak apa-apa ya. Yang penting jualan dulu fokus ya. Oke, ya tinggal dipotong.
So the Indonesian players warming up for the next match. Kusuma and Puspita Sari. That's Puspita Sari. So the players back on court. Lina Kjærsfeldt. One game to the good. 21-15, that opening game. Super. Did you see how in balance Kjærsfeldt was when she played that smash? Here we are.
Again. And the way she's moving forward afterwards.
Exactly.
She knows what shot she wants to play. She's also reacting on it.
Service over. 1-all.
Oh, that is a pity.
2-1.
The only thing that looks a little bit sort of awkward, I suppose, with Prativi is her serve. I mean, all her shots, she's got a lovely action.
3-1.
And something doesn't quite look flowing with her serve.
I also have been noticing in the previous matches that she really served the long serve a lot more. So maybe she's searching which way she wants to go with her serve.
That's gone long of the back line. Yeah, that's possible. And who did you watch her play against? Canada or?
I watched her play against Canada.
And Chinese Taipei?
Both of them, yeah.
Okay.
But versus Canada, she was number 3.
Yeah.
And Chinese Taipei, she was number 2. And then she played a really long match, lasting
against Rachel Chan. But I'm just thinking about the height of her opponents. Because I think Lina Kjærsfeldt is probably the tallest player that she's played against so far. That's on the back line. That's super. Kjærsfeldt 175 or 5'9".
Yeah, probably the longest one, but also the other 2 women were physically way stronger and more mature than Prativi is. And in the end, that actually made a difference.
Longest rally so far. You see that serve? That looks a bit awkward to me.
3-4.
We don't get points for how it looks, though, in badminton. It's how effective you are. So
I'm not going to tell you how I served until the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro, because I was holding a shuttle with my hand back in the days. And I even got to the Olympics.
That's landed in. That's a super shot.
Again, she's done so well from that end of the court to control the back lines. I really like that she doesn't panic when she's 4-1 in the game down.
Yeah, this is a very, very good spell by Pratiwi.
If she maintains this pressure on Keersveld, then she's in for a longer match than maybe expected.
That fell back her own side. Not only won one tournament so far, the 19-year-old, she was in a couple of finals last year in Luxembourg and the Denmark International Challenger event. Oh, that is perfection. Goodness me. You don't get any better than that.
She couldn't have played it any better indeed. It's so difficult for a player to retrieve those shots. Almost impossible. Look at that.
Service over. 6-4.
Oh, nice return of serve. You see, not only does that serve look a little awkward to me, it's too predictable.
Yeah, and too loose as well in quality, because Lina could really take this high.
Yeah.
And also maybe the position is not good enough. Play more to the body of Lina, so she's limited in her options. Oh, this is nice.
Good rally. That's a beauty.
Service over.
Super shot.
Yeah, she seems to have settled in a lot better in this game. I actually feel like she's dominating Lina a little bit at the moment. Really hunting those shots out, trying to push Lina around, especially in the deep forehand corner.
The thing about youngsters is they have no fear. I think she's playing and she's enjoying it. You know, it's not that she doesn't have respect for Keersveld. Of course she has respect for her opponent, but she's not afraid to go for her shots. And I like that.
Like you said, that's easier said than done.
Service over.
You can also see it with a smile on her face. She's actually enjoying her court time.
This is a super shot from Keersveld.
Yeah, nice change of direction there.
That's a great return of serve. That is super.
Service over.
Again, nice little deception as well. It's almost like she's holding her shot a little bit longer. And then decides to play the overplay on Lina.
Big high serve this time.
Service over.
Great response by Lina. Nice little slice. It's creating an angle, and it also makes sure that the shuttle reduces speed and lands in front of the opponent a little bit more.
Yeah, that's good from Keersveld.
10-9.
I really feel like Lina needs to try to up her pace a little bit more. Because if she's playing too slow, the TV is too comfortable on court to hunt Lina around. And we've seen so much of this in the first game from Lina. She's really hunting the shots down, dominating her opponent. also really like that she this time went for the cross smash instead of the straight one, which she has been so successful with.
10, 9.
That's going wide. Oh, she's taken it. Oh, but
This is lovely play by Lina.
that is
11, 9.
a wonderful backhand kill. I don't think she needed to go that close to the line. You have a look at this. Wow.
Actually a difficult shot to play.
So, to the mid-game interval again, and 11-9, the advantage in favour of Denmark. And Lina cares for it.
Når hun ligger og slår på dig nu, hun ligger jo meget gerne vil slå, kom frem og så flyt dig. Så sørg nu for at få skubbet dem ind, for så kan du godt ligge og dække de der løft.
Der frem nu, de svære skubbe ind, når de bliver så bløde.
Ja, men jeg tænker...
Det er virkelig fart,
Jeg er med på, hvor det er blevet, men jeg tænker godt nogle gange, når hun ligger og slår. Ikke? Er du ikke? Der skal du nødt til at give den lidt mere. For så kan du godt dække de der løft. Hvad hedder det? Så det er godt med de her hurtige angreb, der hvor hun kommer fra. Ikke?
So the Danish women's doubles pair also warming up, Hus and Berger.
11, 9. Play.
So again, and 11-9. That's a nice shot. So is that. Gosh, you know, that was more difficult than it looked.
A lot more, because you're actually on your way backwards and you need to go forward again, because you got hit through the net. But she made it look so easy.
Yeah,
Very good kill. Again, there's a little bit of lack of anticipation here for Quartivi, where I would like her to go a bit more forward with her base when she sees that her opponent is late. Because if she took that shot a little bit earlier, she has higher chances of scoring a point.
4 straight points. 5 straight points.
14-9.
And 7 of the last 8 points. That's a very good serve. Oh, brilliant. You see, she's got the skills for Tiwi. And that's, I mean, I always think that, you know, you can develop a badminton player physically relatively easily. But what you can't do is give a 19-year-old the whole new set of skills. Unless they've achieved some of those skills by the age of 19, it's going to be difficult later on. And she's got these beautiful skills.
She already has them, indeed. It's only about putting her on a huge food diet and some extra hours in the gym. You would see a very, very great badminton player. Oh.
That's a lovely shot. Oh, my goodness.
Again, well played by Lina, who's been so quickly, especially from her forehand corner, to take the shuttle high in this cross court, really the damage.
Well, look at Pratiwi here. She's going to go and play the round the head. Then she thinks, no, I can't do that. I need to turn and play the backhand. Got herself in a right old muddle. Yeah, it's just wide.
I really feel like Lina has upped the pace a little bit more.
17-10.
Being really good to play the shots early.
8 of the last 10 points. It is a good spell.
Whatever the coach said,
Yeah.
it is working.
Service over. 11-17.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Service over.
She read the drop,
18.
and my goodness, she was there early. Kersfeld.
Textbook rally. Amazing shot by Lina.
Eight, 9 down she was. 18-11 up. Oh, that's nice. But it has to be said, the backhand clear from Kersfeld was woefully short.
It was really loose.
Look where her feet are. She's inside the double service line there. Nowhere near the back of the court. Look at that! You can always tell how deep the clear or lift has been by the position of the feet of the player about to hit the shuttle. Oh. Nice.
Service over.
Yeah, again, very good rally.
12.
Great smash down the line. Again, I really like how she's moving forward. But again, great deception on that push because she had so many options to choose from.
Service over.
Didn't get behind that one, I don't think.
13.
No, it was not the right shot to play. In fact, the shuttle went on its way down way too early to get underneath that.
Play.
But she has some room for error, though. Nice.
Oh, that's super. Yeah. The disguise at the front of the court from Kersfeld swayed the body one way and hit the shuttle another.
Exactly, it was the body position of Lina that did the damage there.
So match point opportunities for Denmark. Yeah, she just sort of, caressed it over. It was just lovely. Match points after 37 minutes. Oh, that's a little wild.
Service over. 14-20.
Missed it. Well, she's challenging.
Hold out.
I don't think she'll win that challenge. What do you think, Selena?
I have to agree with you. That looked out to me.
Maybe just a tactical challenge so she can recompose the thoughts.
She was also holding her hand a little bit longer up before receiving that serve.
Yeah, clearly out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Maybe some of the nerves are getting to her.
15-20.
So 2 match points have come and gone, and another 5 remain for Denmark. Short. super. Another one landing in. Well, well, well.
16-20.
Never say never.
We already seen some crazy comebacks this week, didn't we?
Oh. Yeah, that's the inside edge of the line. Good call, line judge. Fourth match point opportunity for Kersfeld.
Unsighted.
So, the umpire is going to ask for the instant review to have a look at this. We know what Kersfeld said. He gave a little clenched fist as if to say, I've won.
But it indicates nothing.
And indeed, she has won. 21-15, 21-16. 40 minutes, which is exactly the length of time the opening match took to complete. But in contrast to the opening match, here in the second, it is Denmark who have
Match
won.
won by Denmark. 21-15, 21-16.
And a big smile from the 32-year-old Dane. 21-15, 21-16 in 40 minutes. And Selena, you were right. I think that Pratiwi has got a huge amount of talent. I'm looking forward to seeing her development on the international stage.
Seems very entertaining to play her to watch, right?
Yeah. So confirmation of that scoreline, 21-15, 21-16 in 40 minutes. So the overall tie finally poised at 1 win apiece. So coming up next, we'll have the first of the doubles, Kusk and Virga for Denmark, and Kusuma and Puspita Sari for Indonesia. Welcome back to Horsens. And the famous Pain Le Bear statue. Have you been to see that?
I have not, actually, because I've been on the morning session so far and been enjoying a nice glass of wine afterwards.
Oh, good gracious. Well, the tie is poised at 1 match apiece. Next up is the first women's doubles, and it's a scratch pairing for Denmark. Husk and Berger up against the world ranked number 17 pair, Kusuma and Puspita Sari. So we can see that our quarterfinal is 1 match apiece. I can tell you that on court number 2, they're still in the first women's doubles. It's gone to 3 games. It's a surprise selection of Lee So-hee and Lee Yun-woo in the women's doubles for Korea. I'm not quite sure what's happened to Baek Ha-na. But anyway, we're going to enjoy this women's doubles. Husk and Berger up against Kusuma and Puspita Sari. So the Danes are not a regular pairing together. In fact, Husk tends to play or has enjoyed more success in mixed doubles with Rasmus Espersen. Mette Berger recently won a bronze medal at the European Championships with Bonn. But this is an established pair. Fibriana Kusuma and Elisa Trias Puspita Sari. So this will be a first meeting between these 2 pairs, and that's quite obvious considering the Danes are a scratch pairing. In fact, I think the only international matches they've played have been this week. So that confirms what I've just told you.
Black or red? Red. Black for you. It's a black. Mette to serve. Fibriana to receive. Pisa. Good luck.
So our umpire for this one, Iris Metspelu of Estonia. Well, I have to say that the Danes, this is Amelia Husk, have been playing extremely well in this new partnership, or scratch partnership. 24 years of age, from Belarus. And they have played 3 matches, and the only match they've lost is against the current world #1s and reigning world champions. That was on Saturday, when Denmark lost 5-love to China. Mette Berger is 22 years of age, so a couple of years younger. 167, is about 5'6". And they played against India in Friday's encounter. And then, as I was telling you, on Saturday, lost to the world champions. And then on Monday, they won 4-1 against Ukraine, and they won at first women's doubles. So to Fibriana Trupiju Kusuma, 25 years of age, 163, is 5'4", from Jemba in East Java. And they're 1 place down on their world ranking career high, which is 16. So Puspita Sari is the younger of the 2, from 21 years of age and a couple of centimetres taller. 5'5". A couple of finals last year for this Indonesian pair, weren't selected for 2 of the matches. It's a little bit misleading because actually Kusuma played with Rose against Australia on Sunday. So Kusuma has played 2 of the 3 previous matches. There we are. There's the umpire I was telling you about. And Daniel Wolf from Austria is our service judge. Yeah, I was mentioning the 2 finals that the Indonesians reached last year, the Australian Open, and they were silver medalists at the Southeast Asian Games. There's Mia Blichfeld. Yes, seemed to be quite happy, but she's only played 1 match. And she's currently the highest ranked women's singles player from Denmark, but played 2nd women's singles in one of the ties. In fact, it was against China, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Denmark, represented by Amalia Cecilia Kus and Mette Merkel. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Febriana Pipuchi Kusuma and Melissa Trias Puspitasari. Denmark to serve, Medawera to Febriana Pipuchi Kusuma. Lavo, play.
Well, this women's doubles, first women's doubles gets underway.
One glove.
Oh, in between the 2 Indonesians, that's a nice shot from Kus. Selena, what's your take on, I mean, this, before arriving here in Horsens, and we could see who had been nominated for the teams, and my immediate thought was, what on earth is Denmark doing in the women's doubles? Because none of the regular partnerships were playing together. In fact, only 1 player from 2 or 3 different partnerships were nominated. And I thought, what's your take on that? Why, if this is the best pair that Denmark has got, why aren't they playing together in tournaments?
Exactly, I feel like both of them are a mixed doubles player. And nowadays, when I was younger, I used to play 2 events, right? But I feel like nowadays people tend to focus a little bit more on 1 event instead of 2. But I still think, especially from a mixed doubles player, as a girl, your workload is not as high as it is from a guy. So it's only beneficial also for your stamina to play the women's doubles. I feel like Denmark has been lacking to really found a new partnership after Ewan Pedersen, obviously, and afterwards Tykesen and Fulgaard.
Oh, good rally.
Nice.
Brilliant. Oh, it's long of the back line from Kusuma.
Such a shame, because this is exactly what she's good at in his doubles, in reading the shots, defensive shots from the opponents. And if she gets involved in the front court, it's so tough to get past her.
Kusuma is the most experienced player on court. She's also the oldest player on court. But she had a wonderful partnership with Amalia Pratiwi. Missed it. Or perhaps I should say, Amalia, the Indonesian pronunciation. It's amazing, spelt the same way. Amalia in Indonesian, in Danish, Amalia, and in other places, Amelie.
Totally different and the same name, basically.
It's all spelt the same way.
It's not happening with our names.
It's very difficult to try and predict this women's doubles, isn't it, Selena? Because, you know, we know about the Indonesians. They're an established pair now, although they only formed their partnership in September last year, so they haven't even been playing together for a year. But we know them both in different partnerships. Whereas the Danes, you know, this is only the 4th match they've ever played together in international competition.
Oh, that's a smart flick. Oh, you're totally right. I couldn't guess which way this match is going to go. Obviously, the Indonesians are the favorites.
Just long in the back line. I have a feeling that the Indonesians' defensive play is so solid. I'm going to be interested to see whether the Danes can find a way of breaking it down.
Yeah, exactly. They need to come up with a lot of creative shots. And for them, it's such a task to stay in the rally. It's a good defense.
It's gone long with the back line.
5-4.
Is it just creative shots that the Danes have got to use, or is it variation in attacking shots?
Yeah, I mean with creative shots, variation. Because you need, if you play with speed all the time, the Indonesians are way too good. So you need to get out of that. And playing a clear, playing a stop drop first. And also smash very smartly.
It's gone long with the back line as well. Yeah, I think, personal take on it, that women's doubles players in general have such good defences in comparison to the... Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Metaberger. That is superb. Watch this return. Just turn, and her body weight is still going towards the forehand side of the Indonesians. That was magnificent. Yeah, I think the attacking play of women's doubles, you know, all the women's doubles players who also play mixed doubles can defend men's smashes. So in women's doubles, I think the smashes have to be even more precise, because otherwise you're going to get no advantage. So the variation, and when we talk about hitting the right hip or smashing slightly across the body or whatever, men can get through or force a weak reply because
of the power.
Because of the power. Women won't do that. You've got to be very precise with your attacking play in women's doubles.
Yeah, but you also have to be smart sometimes in giving away the attack and actually making your opponent work a lot harder, because it's nice to defend when you're standing still, where you're fresh in a rally, but it's a whole different game. We have been working so hard to get through, throwing in the energy and then defend. And it's exactly what the Danes need to do right now.
Nice block.
That's... Nice defense. This is exactly what the Indonesians are so good at. Just standing their ground in the defense. Don't force anything. And as opponents, you get so tired of that because you need to come up with such good shot quality to be able to penetrate the defense of the Indonesians. Oh, it is well played by Toots. You did so well in staying in the rally. Great defenses. And it's a smart attack as well to attack the players actually walking away from the net.
I'm a little bit concerned about Puspita Sari's movement. Got that left knee heavily strapped.
Great rally this from the Danes. A lot of patience. Kind of force her opponent to play the difficult shot here, resulting in an error. If the Danes can stay this patient, I think we're up for a very interesting match.
So do I.
Play. Amelia.
Pushed it wide.
Service over. 9-all.
That's long of the back line. Yeah, the Indonesians have got to be a little bit careful with their drive defence because they're hitting with the drift. And it is liable to go long.
Oh, this is exactly what the Danes have to be so careful about, because this is what Kusuma is so good at, reading the game, especially from around the half corner, the interceptions. And it's so difficult to get past her.
So it is Indonesia who have the advantage at the mid-game interval, albeit just a solitary point advantage. 11-10 after 12 minutes.
Det eneste, vi lige skal være opmærksomme på, det er, når vi får offensiv, så må vi gerne slå, hvis vi føler, at de lige kommer fra nogle steder, hvor de er lidt ude af position i deres defensiv. Hvis de får den godt over, så må vi ikke blive ved med at komme i catcheren på dem, vel? Så ligger spille ned foran den. Det er rigtig godt, hvis vi kan spille nummer 2 ned foran den, og så have en aktiv netspiller. Den vil de gerne ligge og spille den der på. Ja?
Jeg skal være opmærksom på, når det går langsomt, så bliver jeg nødt til at træde ind i bolden. Jeg kan ikke bare slå den på.
Nej, men resten af tiden gør vi det godt. Vi vil med at være helt investeret i jeres defensiv, ikke? Mega investeret der. Ekstra bold over.
Players on court.
Anders Christiansen doing the coaching for the Danes.
Melissa to serve. Melissa to serve. 11-10. Play.
That's a nice return of serve. Missed it. And this is the thing that bothers me. Because of the quality of defence by the Indonesian pair, the Danes have got to keep their discipline and their patience while they're attacking.
Exactly, because the defense is so good. You feel like you have to take risks, but you don't have to take risks as Keeling. You need to make sure you get it over and over again. It's going to be interesting. And I think also that's what Anders Christiansen was telling them. Really need to be patient. Don't attack on the first one. Use some angles, use the variation. And also make sure you have a very active front court player.
Now, why did Kasuma go forward there? Did she break the strings of her racket?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, but I think she does. Yeah, she broke it.
Yeah, got broken strings, and the Danes realise it. Oh, wow! How about that? How many shots did she play with broken strings? That was amazing.
Especially this final defense, the crouch defense, ready.
Oh, and she hits the line with broken strings where you're not supposed to be able to connect. Look at that racket. Look at that.
Gone.
There's several strings gone.
Nice block. Oh, this is beauty.
14, 10.
And that's the thing with a new partnership. The return of serve, I didn't think was so bad. I thought that was an okay return of serve. But who's then going to cover the net?
Exactly. You really need to have clear communication. You always do it in doubles, but even now, maybe overdo it. Shout at each other. Tell what you're expecting from one another. But also, I feel like they're playing with a bit too much speed at the moment to make it difficult for Indonesia.
Too much speed?
Yeah, because it's exactly what they're good at. This is better. A great challenge at Puspitasari, because there was a good return of serve.
10.
This is 7 straight points. Oh,
Service over.
didn't need to be that tight from Puspitasari.
16.
There was nobody covering that straight drop. Watch where the Danes are. Oh, they're both moving back towards the centre of the court.
Play.
And it's actually points like this that can turn matches around. You feel like it's such a good opportunity to go to 17-10. But if you need a reply, this is the way to do it.
That was well-worked rally.
17-11.
Eight of the last 9 points.
That's better from Kuts.
Service over.
Playing with speed herself and actually inviting your opponent to play with speed back. It's so important that you're quick, ready with the racket when you do that. Nice defense.
The drive defence there from Kus
13,
played to
17.
perfection.
Nice, exactly, taking the speed out. This is exactly what they need to do. Instead of going for the fast drive, just take the speed out. Move your opponents.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't see that lovely block.
Play on.
Nice. And again,
Yeah. Softer shot.
15.
Well, one of the reasons it became effective was because of the disguise on it. Right back in this. Oh, that's loose. Goodness me, how did you get that back? This is a good rally. Yeah, they're keeping an awful lot of shots on Puspita Sari. Yeah. Wouldn't mind betting that's the longest rally so far.
17.
Yeah, the Danes are playing really, really well at the moment. It is the patience we've been talking about that they need to have. But also, I feel like they're really moving the Indonesians around the court now with the small, smart changes of pace. Especially those drop shots to Puspita Sari are doing the damage at the moment.
Now just 1 point in it. Five straight points.
Get ready.
64 shots. It was indeed the longest rally so far. Oh. Just wide.
Service over. 18.
It's a shame from the Danish perspective because they really gained momentum there. I think it's also very smart that they started to flick Puspita Sari.
Yeah, I think that knee is hampering things quite badly. In fact, that's why I think they didn't get selected for the match against Australia.
Service over.
Great interception by Kuts. His shot was way too loose, way too short. It's the same what I would like to tell the Indonesians. Just play the first block. Give yourself some more time. At least keep the shot straight because you're keeping your partner out of trouble. Nice.
Oh, great defense. Oh, perfectly forward at exactly the right time, Nederberger.
This is what she has been so good at, also in mixed doubles, playing the drive serve back and then hunting the net down.
Oh, my goodness me. The tension palpable.
Yeah, that's a nervy-looking shot. Because if you're that low below the net, then you need to accept it and just give it away, give it another lift.
Well, considering they were 11-17 down, to get back to 18 all has been a remarkable recovery. But now, Indonesia just 2 points away from this opening game.
Good return.
Well, they're challenging that. I saw that as good.
I saw it as good as well.
I don't think they'll win that challenge.
Huge point, though.
It is huge because it's either 20 game points 18 or it's 19 all. No, they were pretty certain, weren't they? Oh, Smilesy. We were right.
We were pretty certain.
19
all.
Service over. 19 all. Play.
This rally for a game point opportunity. That's terrific interception from Kusuma.
Yeah, the Danes really need to be careful with that one. Especially when Kusuma's at the net.
So, game point opportunity for Indonesia. Flat smash.
Defense.
This is a good rally. Really intense.
Oh, clash of rackets.
Nice. Brilliant. Oh, absolutely brilliant. The final smash from Puspita Sari.
21.
Inside edge of the line, I think. And it means that the Indonesians have taken this thrilling opening game. Wow.
What an angle.
That is just super.
Ja,
21-19 opening game in favor of Kusuma
Super godt sæt,
and
ikke?
Puspita
Super
Sari.
godt sæt. Igen de samme ting af vores offensiv. Vi må gerne sætte presset. Er der ikke noget i det første pres, så skal vi ikke blive ved med at presse. Starter vi forfra stille og roligt og investeret i vores defensiv. Ja, okay? I vores defensiv, specielt når de er nede i deres round the head, så vil de gerne slå lige og dække hårdt ud her. Så hvis vi ikke kan få drejet den kryds, så tag noget fart ud overfra, så vi ikke spiller en opad i catchen på dem derude, ikke? Tag en lille smule fart ud, så vi ikke kan dreje den. Ja? Og kommer vi til at dumme os der, så er vi klar igen på den næste. Bup, over med den næste. Ja. Okay.
Jeg prøvede lige at tage et skridt frem i dæften, men jeg tyrer på det hele.
Ja, måske en lille smule. Men vi har jo stået røv godt i vores defensiv. Ja. Ikke? Godt med svipper til hende med det korte hår. Ja. Hun er virkelig kommet i dog. Ja, det kan sagtens være. Og vi gør det bare. Ikke? Vi gør bare tingene. Ja. Ikke?
Ja.
Okay? Måske kan vi lige få på et tidspunkt, når vi får en lidt kortere chance at få et trussel på, så et hold drop. Ja. Ikke? Vi skal turde gøre det. Vi kan ikke spille uden nogen slag, fordi vi er bange for at slå dem. Altså, vi skal ikke spille, fordi vi er bange for at slå slag.
Coach.
Well, there's the Indonesian for the next match, Esther Wodoyo. And her opponents, Malia Schultz. Well, we know we're going to have that fourth match. No doubt about it.
Love all.
All of us neutrals would love to see a fifth match.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the problem with a new partnership. Never quite sure who's supposed to go for what. Oh, super.
Great interception of Kusuma.
Do you know the last time that Denmark won a medal at Uber Cup?
I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me.
You don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know. It was in Jakarta 22 years ago.
Then it would be typical if Indonesia gets a medal in Denmark. Is playing Denmark.
Yeah, but let's not forget that Indonesia were in the final 2 years ago in Chengdu.
Wow.
Oh, lost 3-love to China.
The defense.
Yeah, that's the precise placement of the smash that I was alluding to earlier. Aiming towards the right shoulder of Mette Verga. And it really was at her right shoulder. And she got in a bit of a muddle with her defence. That's a nice return of serve. When you're, you've done a little bit of coaching, haven't you? A little bit.
A little bit.
What do you look for in a talented youngster when you're looking at women's doubles? Because you've been a very fine women's doubles player.
Service fault call.
Oh, service fault call. In fact, one of your European gold medals was in the women's doubles and one in mixed doubles. But when you're looking at youngsters, what do you look out for a good women's doubles player?
Ooh. For me, the most important thing is to have a good understanding of the game, because that's something you teach someone.
But what do you mean by that?
I mean, with a good understanding of the game, that you're actually reading shots. You understand it because you're doing it with each other, with two persons on the court. So you need to know what shot I'm playing and what I'm expecting from you. And that's what makes a great partnership so good.
Yeah. But even if it's not a regular partnership, that reading of the game. And, you know, I haven't seen Mette Verga that much. I've seen her play this week in this campaign. But she, to me, has that instinctive awareness of where you've got to place the shuttle and, more importantly, where you've got to cover, where you've got to move to, what you're looking for at the net.
Exactly, that is so important, that you are thinking not about the shot you're playing, but actually thinking about the next shot, what it is, what I want my opponent to play back, and then move for it.
Yeah.
And she has had, to be honest, a very, very good year. Not only a bronze medal in the Europeans, but she also became Danish champion in the beginning of this year, beating Matthias Christians and Alexander Boya.
Yeah, that was in mixed doubles.
But that's also the skill you need to possess as a mixed doubles player. Things are going faster. But therefore, I also think it's still good when you're from a young age, go home and play that women's doubles.
Yeah, I agree. Danes need to be a little bit careful here. Can't afford to let the Indonesians get too far ahead, because I think the Indonesian pair are very good indeed. And when you've got a very good, regular partnership on the other side of the net, you can't afford to give them too much of a lead.
That's a great return of serve. Kusuma has been outstanding from the net so far.
I thought in the opening game, it was only in the last 3 or 4 rallies that we really started to see Kusuma use her brilliant front court play. And she started to rush the net. I was a little bit surprised we didn't see that earlier in the opening game, because she's a wonderful front court player.
Yeah, I think it's because maybe she doesn't know the opponents that well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Again, you see how she's ready with her racket.
Virga.
No, Kusuma. Really ready. Oh,
missed it. Would you believe it?
Such a shame.
Indonesian coaching bench. Can't believe it. Carol Manaki and Shindy Puspa Irawati.
Puspita-Zara had no idea if that shuttle was in or out.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think she had calculated that if I can't reach it, it must be out.
It must be out. My defensive skills are so good. It must be out. I kind of like it when players are throwing themselves around the court.
Yeah.
Just to do everything they can.
Play.
It's going long. Yeah, got to be careful. The Danes are hitting with the drift. And it's a very healthy 6-point advantage to Indonesia here in the second game, having already won the first.
Vi hænger en lille smule i, hvor tidligt vi er forberedt til tingene. Det vil sige, at vi reagerer lidt på de ting, de gør hele tiden, fordi vi ikke er tidligt nok klar. Så det bliver bare på reaktioner, vi spiller. Vi skal være tidligere forberedt ind omkring alt det her. For ellers kan vi ikke styre boldene rundt om den. Så kommer vi bare til at ligge og skubbe den tilbage til dem. Ja. Hvis du lige ligger på bagbanen og spiller lidt blødere på os, så skal vi flytte. Ikke? Vi må ikke skubbe den op i samme side. Den halvfald, specielt ikke ned i deres forhåndsside. Ja. Spil blødt over i den anden side med den. Ja. Så vi er investeret i tingene her. Ja, men det må bare ikke være flat ind i catcherne på dem, vel? Men vi skal være meget mere investeret i tingene, meget tidligere forberedt. Ja.
So a game and 11-5 up. The Indonesian pair of Kusuma and Puspita-Sari.
Play.
Oh, that's a good flick serve. Oh, that's well left.
12-5.
Any ideas, apart from trying to turn the shuttle a bit more and those little blocks you were talking about in the opening game that the Danes should be trying here? That's gone onto the back line.
13.
Yeah, they're struggling a lot right now. I would still really try to take the pace out at first because they're really trying to play with too much
Get ready,
speed.
coach.
And maybe I would focus a little bit more on Puspita-Sara in moving her around the court and play kind of like a singles game. But you need to get them moving. You need to do something. And ideally, I would also like to get Kusuma out of the way from the net area because she's so dominant in taking over.
Yeah, there she is again. Yeah.
14-5.
The Danes are really missing a little bit of quality in their defense. It's been doing so well in the first set, and it seems like they don't have any answers at the moment. They're just hitting back instead of redirecting the shot again.
That's a good flick serve. Oh, no, it's not. It's long.
Service over.
It's long, but I like the variation because normally when you watch Asian combinations, they don't tend to use the serve variation as much as we Europeans normally do. And in a way, I was always glad that they didn't do that because otherwise they would have been maybe even better.
Oh, completely missed it.
7-14.
Kusuma also now telling her coaches that she needs to be a little bit further back. It's like I said, the Danes haven't been playing a soft defense at all at the moment.
Chinese Taipei challenge.
Oh, indecision.
Oh,
that's been wide.
Oh, that was way wide.
No, doesn't matter because that was long.
Service over.
57. Oh. It's such a smart shot.
Yeah, it's well worked.
16.
Very well worked, and especially the high smashes are doing the defense, especially towards the right shoulder of Werken. She does not seem to get a hang of that.
Nice. Oh, that's good thought process there from Puspita Sari.
Yeah, lovely change of pace.
So a 10-point advantage.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant interception.
And again, so smart, because she has been so good in blocking the previous shots. And this time, when she saw Madam Werken trying to run towards the net, she decided to play it with a bit of push. And the Indonesians are really playing well here. She decided too late to run for it. Quality just not good enough. So Kusuma could push on it.
3 points away from winning this first women's doubles, Indonesia.
Nineteen.
2 points away.
Thank you. Fabriana. Check. Yes, thank you. Back on court. Nineteen, 7. Play.
Super. And it's match point opportunities.
Match point, 7. Coach,
Yeah.
service over.
Rally.
8-20.
That's a lovely block.
They're finally actually doing what I would like them to do, because they're challenging Puspita Sari here a lot.
She stepped into that defensive shot rather than waiting for the shuttle to come to her. She stepped into it and just guided it into the open space. Third match point for the Indonesians. Oh, third one comes and goes.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a wild one. Nice.
Well. Now, what a shame they weren't able to do this a little earlier.
Again, nice block in the defense. Great rush forward.
That's a nice block. Pushed it long, and this time they convert. 21-19, 21-11, the margin of the victory for Kusuma and Puspita Sari. "45 minutes for the victory."
Match won by Indonesia. 21,
And as we thought,
19,
Selena,
21.
just a little too solid in defence.
Yeah, they played an amazing second set, I would say. They hardly did anything wrong. Especially the defense, indeed, proved to be too solid, too hard to penetrate for the Danes girls. I liked the end of the game, though. They tried to change the pace, blocked the first shot.
Too little, too late. And I'm not sure everyone would agree that they didn't do anything wrong. I'm not convinced by the little dance at the end. I think that needs a bit of work. 21-19, 21-11 in favour of Indonesia. So Indonesia go 2-1 up in the overall tie. Mind you, you should see me on a dance floor. How can I possibly say anything about anybody else?
I think a lot of badminton fans around the world would love to see that, Jill.
I used to do ballet, you know. Ooh, yeah.
So, is it a yes?
Possibly. Fourth match coming up is the third women's singles. Schultz against Widoyo. Welcome back to Horsens for the 2026 BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals. So 2-1, Indonesia lead in the overall tie. Next up is the third women's singles, and Amalie Schultz, the tall left-hander from Denmark, up against Esther Udoyo. Well, we can see on court number 2, Korea are 2-love up against Taipei. And interestingly, in their second women's singles, Taipei has taken the opening game against Korea. But we're ready for this fourth match of our tie. It is Amalie Schultz up against Esther Norumi Priya Udoyo. Here comes the Dane, and she is tall, 5'10", 178, making her third campaign in the Uber Cup. Played just one match in her first 2 campaigns, a match in Bangkok in 2022 and one match in Chengdu 2 years ago. Now, how lovely to see Esther Udoyo back on the world stage after all her injury woes. So when we see her world ranking, please don't pay any attention to it, because she's far, far better than her current world ranking, which is down in the 200s.
Black, so red is for you.
First meeting between these two players.
Receive, so you'll serve. That side, have a good match.
Amalie Schultz, 24 years of age, from Kolding, which is where we had the 2017 European Championships. You probably played in those, didn't you, Selena?
I did.
Yeah.
And it was my only one when I didn't get a medal.
Well, you didn't get a medal. Wow.
No, I got back from the injury.
42 on the world ranking. It's her career high. She went up 1 place on Tuesday earlier this week, so it's her first week at her career high. Now, she played in 2 of the matches against India, against 17-year-old Tanvi Sharma, and she beat her in 3 games. Wasn't selected against China, and then beat Storolenko of Ukraine in 2 straight games. So to Esther Udoyo, younger sister of Chico. And both brother and sister won medals at the 2023 Southeast Asian Games in Cambodia. Her brother won a silver and she won a bronze. It was quite remarkable. And she, like her opponent, has played in 2 of the 3 group matches, and like her opponent, what matches she's played, she has won against Australia and then against Chinese Taipei. 3 games against Wang Yuxian from Chinese Taipei. Paul de Kuiper is our umpire for this one. And service judge from New Zealand. Umpire calls for the players to get ready. Another young Indonesian, just 20 years of age. from Jayapura on Papua province on the island of New Guinea.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Denmark, represented by Amalie Schulz. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Esther Nurumi Trivadoyo. Denmark to serve, Lavo, play.
So Denmark get this fourth match underway, and of course it's a must-win situation for Schulz because that is the only way to keep Denmark's hopes of a medal for the first time in 22 years alive. Oh, that's good control, considering Wodoyo is hitting with the drift. From wide. Now, this is the third Uber Cup campaign for Wodoyo. Played the first in the 2020 edition that was played in Aarhus, just up the road from here, in 2021. So, as she played her first Uber Cup match when she was 16. Wow. Because, of course, it was played at a different time of year, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably 16. I cannot imagine. I was still in school at 16, probably.
Yeah. That's a nice shot. Typical Indonesian women's singles player. We've talked about it earlier, but these delightful skills. I remember watching Wodoyo before her very serious injury when she fractured, I think it was her pelvis, wasn't it, or tibia, or anyway, she had a very serious injury and she was out for, I think, nearly 6 months.
And 6 months is a lot, especially being a young player.
Yeah.
You need that court time.
Yeah.
It's also lovely to see her back. She's actually better than being women's single number 3 for Indonesia, in my opinion. It's when I watch her play, it's a joy to watch, and also pretty mature already. But that also adds up to the fact, like you're telling me, that she was already playing in Uber Cup at 16 years old.
Yeah. That's a nice shot. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's well guided from Schulz. He really did well here, taking it early, but also taking the speed out.
20 seconds. Or 20 seconds.
And again. Oh.
Just wide.
5-4.
Nope, well played by Schulz. He's been playing very well this week so far. Won all your matches. I've been commentating on her match against India and was very impressed. And she actually told me afterwards, I never played this well in my life, which I thought was nice to hear.
Yeah.
That's beauty. Arroyo. The ease and the way she's moving around the court makes it look so effortlessly. And is it instinct? Is it habit?
Yeah. Well, after a serious injury, she probably had to readjust some of her footwork patterns and movement. I'm a little concerned that the strapping on the knee appears to be falling off. Seems to be flapping about at the moment. Yeah, that's wonderful play. Wonderful.
Great anticipation. She saw Amelia's shoes being well deep in her forehand corner. I really like anticipation there. Great setup points.
Yeah, that's... Problem was she was taking it from behind her.
Exactly, but it was again a great push towards the deep forehand corner of shoes. You've been really targeting her in that area. That's something that I like when I watch Arroyo play. She's not a typical killing player, but she's so good at moving her opponent around the court.
Now that was interesting, wasn't it, Selena? Because a #1 women's singles player, Putra Kusuma Wadani, sitting on the coach's bench. We've seen that an awful lot during these Thomas and Uber Cups with senior players sitting on the coaching bench along with the official coach. And I think that's wonderful because I think that we went through a phase, and we may still be in the phase, that's a lovely angle, where players relied so heavily on the coaches to tell them what to do. And I think that the experience, players that have been under pressure and played these big pressure situations, which of course is what Arroyo is doing now, because if she wins this, Indonesia have medalled yet again. And, you know, it also teaches players to think more about the tactics.
Yeah, and to analyze the game yourself, indeed. It's something we are doing a little bit more in Europe.
That's a lovely shot.
9-6.
She's playing very well.
Well, I'm so old that when we used to travel, and even the England team didn't have a full-time coach. We all trained independently. We paid for our trips abroad. We had no coach, so I'd sit behind the court and coach for the men's singles, and then somebody would come and sit behind one of my teammates, and we learned to analyse.
And it's a really, really good skill to have. Maybe you're so old and came from a poor country. We also didn't have the money to send a coach. But it's a great skill, and that's also what Denmark is so good at, because players get used to that doing from a very young age at the club level already. Because I remember from my team, it's very normal to have a player behind you to help coach.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Going wide, yeah, and it's a very, very good start by Esther Arroyo. 11-7 lead at the mid-game interval of this opening game.
Vi spiller med noget forhånd. Det duer ikke. Vel, hvis vi skal træde ind på den måde, så skal det hen over hende. Eller også så skal der nogle gange træde frem og rigtig trykke den. Når hun ligger og prøver at presse, specielt med clear og sådan noget, ikke? Så må du godt, når du kommer ind, slå lidt hurtigt på nogle af de første, så kom fremad. Der er jo lidt sårbar nede i fødderne. Men du skal være en tryk i, den skal komme hurtigt. Når hun har god længde, så brug en ekstra clear nogle gange, når du har tid. Når hun spiller det der lidt høje. Vi vil gerne have også nogle presser der hernede. Vi vil gerne have, at du skærer den lidt mere på kryds på hende. Brug din forhånd der.
Coaches, return to your chair. 11-7. Play.
So the players ready to resume play in this opening game. The 11-7, the advantage to Indonesia.
Oh,
Super.
very well played. The shoes. Great back and push. And this was a lovely slice. She's rotating her body so that you can see which angle she's actually giving the shot. Lovely play.
Oh, that's a service error.
Service over. 12-8.
That's such a shame. Also as a player, when you've done so well in the previous points and then you kind of give the next point away to your opponent.
Yeah, it's well judged.
13-8.
Nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Service over.
It's a lovely deception again for Shoes. I really like how she's turning her racket a little bit, holds it, and almost like she reverse slice it towards the corner. Oh, it's a beauty again.
Indonesia challenges.
Well,
Goal in.
she's challenging Wadoyo.
I don't think she's winning this one.
It looked good to me.
And we have had 100% score so far,
So no pressure then. Oh, no.
Commentator curse. What a great challenge.
That's a fabulous challenge.
Service over. 14-9. Play.
Smart high clear.
Oh, brilliant. Utterly brilliant. That's a fabulous shot from Wadoyo.
Amazing finish because she was under so much pressure in this entire rally.
And you know, when you see her play rallies like that, you can understand why she has been as high as 22 on the world ranking.
That's incredible.
Longest rally so far.
15-9.
Oh, too flat. Gone long at the back line.
10-15.
Smart play again.
16-10.
Shields is having trouble to find the right length on the backline from that end of the court.
And it's strange because unless the drift has changed, she's hitting against the drift. That's a good lift.
Yeah.
Service over. 11.
Very good lift on a tight net spin there from Shields. She's indeed having a lot of pressure on her shoulders.
Match won by Chinese Taipei, 21-15, 21-17.
Nice.
Yeah, she's doing a very good job of moving the Dane into the back deep corners.
And that's so smart to do because we're saying that she's quite tall for a female badminton player. But Victoria is so quick in moving her around. Oh, that's a good shot.
18-11.
Victoria is playing too good at the moment. This is a great pickup. Again, Shoes doesn't need to take this much risk. Just play it over. Give yourself some margin.
That's easier said than done because I think that Wodoyo is covering the court so well and getting so much back that mentally you feel, well, giving myself margin for error and it's not going to get me anywhere. It's not going to get me any advantage. I have to play a quality shot. And in going for the quality shot, inevitably there will be some errors. Well, it's been brilliant so far from Wodoyo. And she thoroughly deserves these 9 game point opportunities. Yeah, it's landed in.
12-20.
Oh, that's a nice anticipation from Shoes.
13.
I really like how she's hunting forward when she sees that Wodoyo is taking it backhand. Because she hasn't been playing a backhand clear so far from that area.
Oh, that was loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she paid the price. 21-13 in favour of Indonesia and Esther Wodoyo. Opening game in just 17 minutes. And unless Amalia Schultz can turn this around, the wait for another Uber Cup medal for Denmark will go on.
Først over i netten, og så bliver vi for meget. Der er nødt til at være sejre, ikke også? Også det den sidste her. Så må du flytte hende. Hun har ikke været super farlig endnu. Hvad? Ja, men det er fordi hun spiller højt. Spiller hun det ind? Ikke? Og så lægger hun ind og holder det og spiller det ind til dig. Men du er nødt til at være i det der, så flyt hende en gang til. Du er nødt til at være meget sejre i det der. Vi kan ikke lave point til der på hende. Men der har været masser af plads henover, når du trådte ind og har haft ordentlig længde på. Når du så træder ind i forbanen, så gør det simpelt. Men hold den der, hvor du er over på. Så lad hende arbejde. Løft op igen. Brug flieren. Brug masse. Brug flieren. Og så er du nødt til at være i det der initiativspil hele tiden. Så du se, om hun kan.
Now, where is she spraying? On her knee. There we go.
Board 1, 20 seconds. Board 1, 20 seconds.
Could also be a bit of a sticking spray, because we saw that bandage everything loose, so it
Yeah.
sticks a little bit better.
Yeah, she hasn't really addressed that flappy bit.
Second game, level.
So one game to the goods. Esther Wadoyo. What can Amalia Schultz do in response to that? Well, Denmark are hanging on by their fingertips at the moment.
Service over. 1 love.
The ease.
Service over.
And the thing is, with that overhead shot, we've already seen in the opening game, some played straight down the line to the left-hander's backhand side, that time going across court to her forehand side. And because she's got those options,
Schultz guessing.
Schultz doesn't know which way to go.
That is so smart. Oh,
That's a good lift.
that's
Brilliant. Brilliant.
What's the directness of the racket, the way she's hitting those shots? She's generating so much beat from it. Because you see, it doesn't need to be right on the line. She actually has some room for error. But because she's hitting it so fast.
Nice.
Oh, good defense as well.
Oh, I think I would have challenged that.
I was about to say the same. It looked out to me.
Well, it's very early in a game. Let's have another look. Oh, no, it was on the line.
Right on the line. We are not going to say anything anymore.
Super.
Yeah, it's amazing the way she gets underneath that shot. And because she's so quick in getting underneath the shot, she directly adds some kind of deception. And again, perfect execution.
Yeah, and again, she's hit... Her last two winners were down the left-hander's forehand side. Then she goes down the backhand side, and it's that variation. It's a crisp, beautifully placed shot, but it's also that variation that Schultz just doesn't know which way to go.
It's making Wadoyo such a dangerous player to watch at the moment, because she has options from every corner.
Short.
Oh,
Service over.
that's well played, Amanda Schultz.
4.
Great net spin.
Error on the return of serve. And she won't be happy with that, Wadoyo. Perfection. Quite frankly, she couldn't have walked over there and placed it with her hand any better.
Oh, it was a lovely shot. Great quality.
That is perfection. Yeah, so
And
too
another
is that.
6-4.
On a run of 4 straight points. Well, yeah, that is worth a challenge.
Challengers ball in.
Well, interesting, she's handed the shuttle back to the Dane. Does she really believe?
I hope she does, otherwise she's out of challenges.
No.
No? Oh, she got it right. We got it wrong. That's right.
And that was in the opening game. Yeah, she's right again.
Correction, out.
And that's a very good challenge.
5-6. Play.
Another good challenge.
That's a pity from a Danish perspective.
Yeah, it's those easy errors you cannot afford to make.
Yeah, errors on the return of serve. You've got to make your opponent play the shuttle.
Denmark,
well, now Schultz
in.
is challenging. I saw that as good.
Funny, but Schultz is also returning the shuttle.
Yeah.
I saw it as good as well.
Oh no, she's right again.
Correction, out.
Well, well, well.
Service over. 7-6. Play.
That's super.
Service over.
That's amazing rally once again. Great setup. The way she doesn't seem to panic when she's losing a point. And I really like the march she's giving herself all the time with these shots.
Yeah, I think this not panicking when they lose a point with the Indonesians, I think they're, you know, it's part of the cultural thing.
The same with the smiling, perhaps.
Yeah, they're
losing a point.
They're very sort of laid back and relaxed, and you can see in the whole style. It doesn't mean that they're not really intent on winning, but I think it's okay. You can't play error-free badminton. On with the next one. And it's a great attitude.
Yeah, I would have loved to have that skill a little bit more in my playing days.
Oh, nice. So you got a bit annoyed with yourself, did you?
I did.
Did you really?
I did. And otherwise, if you could see it, not in my body language, you could see it in my face. Yeah, I was pretty tough on myself, but I was also pretty tough on my partners. So I have to credit them for sticking with me for so long.
Nice. Oh, goodness me. She was never in position to play that shot. That found the bottom of the net.
Yeah, that wasn't the smartest shot to play. I also feel like this is also the difference between the two. Joya will never play a shot like that when she's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, good pressure.
Service over. 9-all.
Oh, brilliant. What a good rally. Nice backhand. Yeah.
Service over. 10-9.
Enki Hang enjoyed that one.
I'm enjoying it as well. It's just a joy to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Great skill once again. Oh, that's a good net shot. Also credit for Shoes because he's doing really well, just staying in there. And those forehand slices have been very effective against Majorio so far.
Never more than 2 points the difference between these two in this second game.
Thank you. Esther. Return the shuttle.
And it is the left-handed Dane who has the advantage at the mid-game interval here in the second game, albeit just a 1-point advantage.
Godt op på forbanen nu. Tager den meget mere, ikke også? Det skal du huske at blive ved med. Og så er det vigtigt det der med, når du løfter, du koncentrerer dig om at spille den ned over hende. Også selvom du er hurtig på den. Fordi så er hun ikke farlig. Du træder frem bagefter. Stadig, når hun ligger og spiller det høje til dig. Bare hold initiativet. Du bruger clearerne godt, når hun gør det, ikke? Så
Den er kort, fordi der er en
hvad?
Jeg skal stikke den nedad i stedet for.
Ja, når du hænger, altså på de flade. Helt sikkert. Og det er super fedt, at få en kryds med også, ikke? Og så slår den lige, så følg den op. Helt frem.
Coach, return to your chair. Esther on
Well,
board.
this is fascinating.
11-10. Play.
Who can help the nerve the best?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's going to be a big part of it. Just wide.
12-10. Service over. 11-12.
Oh, yes, that was clearly long.
You cannot play too flat on that end of the court. He needs to get some height to stay in. It's so difficult to control. It's better.
On both. 12-all.
The timing as well. I mean, it's very, very difficult to hear the shuttle being struck because there is so much horns and support from both teams who are right in front of us. But you can just tell with that how she just sort of
power
cracked the racket head over the top of the shuttle and bring it down. The timing was perfect.
Yes, she's able to generate a lot of speed from using her wrist so well.
Yeah. Perfect.
13.
Great feeling again. especially when you're nervous, it's actually very, very tough to play those shots.
Well, the 3-point run by Schultz has been answered with 3 straight points by Wadoyo. Just wide.
Service over. 13-all.
It really keeps on targeting Schultz the forehand there. Not with the high lift, but a little bit of flatter lift, almost like she's inviting her opponent.
I think she possibly changed her mind there because she didn't seem to hit that with any conviction. Oh, a lucky net cord for the left-hander.
14-all.
Again.
Push long.
15-14.
Yeah, that's a nervy-looking error to me. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a brilliantly constructed rally.
16.
She nods at her coach. Her coach nods at her. Mutual approval.
This was very well taken.
She's opened up a 2-point cushion. Schultz. Oh, gosh, that's good.
Lovely play again.
15,
I was about to say, let's see if Schultz can add another point to make Wadoyo really nervous here. But then she finds an answer like that. And especially in her smashes, they've been very effective to play them all the way to the backhand side of Schultz in this game.
15-16.
Oh, that could be costly.
Yeah, that's a huge miss. The idea was good. Not too much speed, more angle from the wrist. But also highly risky.
16-all.
And another nervous-looking error to me. It's a shame because she's been doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah, look at her facial expression. That's possibly a little concerning for Danish fans.
Yeah.
Made a big effort there to get behind the shuttle to play the straight smash, and that paid dividends.
Yeah, but Wadoyo's a little bit laid back in her defense.
super shot. So's that. This is a huge point, really important. And that's gone long. Both players feeling the pace of that rally.
Indeed, what an important rally this was. But I bet they're equally as nervous at the moment.
18-17. Esther, come here. You're taking too much time. You must be quicker. No delays.
Well, warning from the umpire. Umpire Paul de Kuiper of the Netherlands.
Service over.
It's point for point at the moment.
And I feel like Shields is scoring direct points by attacking the loose shot from Rodoyo, especially after the serve.
Thank you.
Also very smart as she goes for the body for Rodoyo this time. Doesn't take any huge risk.
18-all. Brilliant. You know, she's hardly missed a smash all day.
19-18.
Rodoyo.
Not a great angle, and also what a time to do it.
Two tantalizing points from the semi-final, Indonesia. 1 point required.
20, match point, 18.
Denmark hanging by a thread. Two opportunities for Rodoyo to put Indonesia into the semi-final. Missed it. And indeed, Indonesia guaranteed a medal for a second consecutive Uber Cup, beating the host Denmark 3 matches to 1.
Match won by
21-13, 21-18.
21-13,
43 minutes for Esther Rodoyo's victory. Well, I thought we saw some wonderful rallies in that match. Both players playing well. And disappointment, obviously, for Denmark. And their wait for a medal at the Uber Cup will extend to at least 24 years, because sadly, for the hosts, it won't happen in Horsens in 2026. 21-13, 21-18 in 43 minutes. Esther Rodoyo beating Amalia Schultz in 2 straight games. Congratulated by teammates. Silver medalist 2 years ago, at least a bronze here in Horsens. Well, we don't yet know who they'll play against. in the semi-final, but let's just recap on how they managed to beat the host Denmark. Started with the first women's singles, and the World Championship bronze medalist Badminton got them off to a flying start, but former European champion Kiersveld hit back immediately. Kusuma and Puspita Sari were too good for the scratch pairing of Kust and Verga. And Wadoyo, as we've just witnessed, has won in 2 straight games to secure the 3rd point. And of course, we do not contest the final match because the tie is already won. Indonesia beating Denmark 3-1 in the quarterfinal. We don't yet know whether they will play against Korea or Chinese Taipei. What we do know is that tomorrow will be the first of the Thomas Cup quarterfinals, and here on Court 1 at 10 a.m. local time, it's defending champions China against Malaysia. And then at 6 p.m. local time, it's host Denmark against Thailand. Hope you'll be able to join us for the Thomas Cup quarterfinals tomorrow. In the meantime, from all of us here, and especially from Selena Peake and myself, Jill Clark, bye for now.